Tip number two, and so this would be like, that would kind of be the beginner tip of like, if no one's meditating, if someone's not usually doing it, like start there. My next tip that was a huge eye opener for me was silence, like literally sitting in silence.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on my first silent meditation retreat. I feel like it was like 5 years ago now. And I got like a whole new appreciation for silence, because silence to me, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to talk. People aren't going to talk to me. Oh my God, I'm going to catch up on all my reading. I'm going to catch up on my journaling. I'm going to do all this stuff. And we went there and they're like, okay, you're not allowed to listen to music. You can't read, you can't journal, like nothing. And I was like, what? Like, I thought we just couldn't talk. And she was explaining that whether you're journaling, whether you're listening to music, whether you're reading, that's also a form of stimulus. It's a form of input.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as those things are important, and again, nothing I'm not saying to like stop everything you're doing and like become this Buddhist monk that just sits in silence. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just inviting people to try it again, even if it just 5 minutes. And whether you're doing it, like if you're someone who lives by yourself and you're at home alone, easy thing. If you live with a partner, like make it something that you guys can do together, or maybe it's okay, like silent time, let's go our separate ways. Or for those that are a family and it's something beautiful, that like a habit that you can get your kids involved in and stuff like that. Cause it's always easy to get like the whole family involved. It'll make it easier for people to do it, because it's not like them trying to find the time. It's like, okay, like family event or like partner event, like let's do this together. The power of silence is so big, because when you start to take away all of that input, that's when you really, all you're left with is yourself, whether it's your thoughts, your feelings, emotions, physical sensations. And that's when we learn a lot about ourselves. And it's not going to be comfortable. I'll tell you that right now. For my 5-day retreat, it took me 3 days to finally like settle into it. Like I was, oh my God, it was like so challenging. But when I finally said, you know what, I'm just going to like surrender and just like really be here for this experience, it was like this light bulb moment. And I remember like I had physical pain in my body and I was resisting the silence and resisting. And I would go like half an hour before we would even start the silent meditation, and I would roll my feet out and I would stretch and do all my fascial stretching, all the things that I knew how to do. And I'm like, I know how to deal with like physical pain. Like I'm just going to stretch this and roll this, and then I'm going to sit and I'm going to be so comfortable and it's going to be so easy. And it was like, nope, wrong. And it was like my resistance, my internal resistance of like not surrendering to the process. And as soon as I could let go of like my ego and what I think I knew and what I think I knew could solve my issues, as soon as I let go of it, it was like the pain in my body was like it's someone flicked a switch off. Mm-hmm. So I invite people to try, again, starting with like 5 minutes, try and put it into your day. And the people that say, well, I don't have time. Bullshit. Everyone has time right now. Everyone has time to try these things. So just try with 5 minutes. Maybe it's going to move to 10. Maybe it's like something you say, okay, in the morning, I'm going to start. Like I used to start the morning. I would put the music on, brush my teeth, like make my breakfast. Like now I start my mornings with quiet, like no input, because what better way to like start in by tuning into yourself than having zero stimulus? Mm-hmm. Because you can really start to kind of like pay attention to what your body's telling you. So that would be my second tip, is just inviting people to try and sit in silence. No reading, no journaling, no music, nada. Just you, yourself, and you.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah.
So would that tie in with the meditation? Like if you wanted to like pair the two together, or are those two separate things?
You could pair them together. Like sometimes I still sometimes listen, like sometimes I'll sit in silence. Sometimes I'll listen to a guided meditation. Mm-hmm. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll listen to the guided. And when the guided is done, then I'll like continue to sit, but now in silence. Mm-hmm. So you can like tag it on that way, or you can keep it like, maybe you're like, okay, I'm going to do one guided meditation and one silent, whether you want to do like one in the morning, one at night, or like today I'm going to do silence, tomorrow I'm going to do like a guided meditation. It's tied in, but it's definitely, the silence is a little bit more advanced. So that's where I said, like, if you're not meditating right now, try just meditating. If you already have a meditation practice and you're used to having a guided, then I invite you to try silence and see how that works for you. Because there's so much, again, like just by shutting off external stimulus, like there's so much information that we can find out about ourselves. That's like the key that can unlock so many things that are triggering stress, that are triggering anxiety. And it's so easy for us to stay distracted with all of the stuff out here and ignore that when people are willing to kind of like really commit to doing that work. I know for myself, it's like I said, it's a non-negotiable thing. And every day I do make sure that I have a moment of silence. And it doesn't need to be in nature. It can literally be in your bathroom, sitting on the toilet, whatever, you know what I mean? Like just wherever you can sneak it in, just like shutting off that external stimulus and checking in, like truly checking in with yourself.
Yeah. Putting the phone down.
Put the phone down. Put the phone down. It's like there's so many beautiful things that are happening on social media right now, and I love it. But there's also like it's so overwhelming, and that
really
alone,
is.
just the overwhelm, can be so like, oh my god. Whether it's like, oh my god, I see people, they're posting so many things. I should be posting things. I should be sharing information, and then you're comparing yourself to them, and you're in a completely different place like that. I've gone through that with this. Like, I don't post that much stuff on social media. I've been really doing a lot of work with myself. And I could, as soon as this quarantine started and I saw people like just booming, like banging out the content, I was like, shit, like there's so much that I could share. Like, why am I not posting? And I was like, I could feel it arise. And I was just like, you know what? That's not where I'm at right now. Like, let's like talk myself off the ledge. Like, I don't have to be doing that. That's where I also find that it's overwhelming. If you feel like showing up for other people, great. If there's a day where you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone, I don't want to show up for anybody except for myself, that's okay too. And that's so important for us with the stress and anxiety is like a lot of it, I know for me in the past has been like making sure that I'm pleasing everyone or making sure that I'm like, you know, everyone else has an agenda for me and like, okay, am I making this person happy? And I'm, always trying to please externally. That's so anxiety. Like that's like the best way to build anxiety is trying to like worry about everyone and please everyone and making sure of that. And in the service industry, like I am and like you are, it's very easy to fall into that because we care. We're empathetic. Like we have our client. We chose to be in this industry because we want to help people. But let's not do that at the sacrifice of our own wellness. So I also want to like tell people like if you are a trainer or some kind of coach or a therapist or something like that, and you have a day where you're like, I can't show up for anyone right now. I need to show up for myself. That's okay. And I give you full permission to honor that and have your time for you because the overwhelm alone of trying to meet expectations that you've put for yourself or other people have put for you is so, it's like the recipe for stress and anxiety. So like feel totally okay. We're in a time of a lot of uncertainty, a lot of stuff that we have no control over. Let's just choose to tune into what we do have control over. And that's our decisions. And that's our choices of how we want every day, what we do, how we show up, where we want to let our mind go. That's what we have control over. So just remembering that is huge in terms of dealing with anxiety and stress.
I was, the other day I woke up late by my standards, like 7 a.m. So I woke up at 7. I was like mild, like I was panicking. I was like, oh my God, I'm late for my client. Day's almost done. And I was like, nope. Okay. I really had to down myself in. I was like, got nowhere to be. Just relax, take deep breaths. And it was a moment where it's like, I can sleep in. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world, at least today. So it was a moment of just like reeling myself back in and reminding myself that it's okay to take a time and catch up on sleep and sleep until 7, 8, 9, whatever it is. So.
Absolutely. And you know, the thing is that we that's the advice we give our clients. We tell our clients that all the time. We're like, it's okay. It's okay. Like for you to have a good day, a bad day and stuff like that. And it's so important that sometimes we take a little spoon of our own medicine. Absolutely. And it's so easy when we're in the service industry. It's like, oh, like we make people feel good. We make people like get out of pain. We're making them have strength gains or anything. And it's like, oh my God, this feels good helping this person. But the advice that we give our clients, we need to make sure that we're doing that ourselves. We need to walk the walk. It's like so important. If everyone took better care of themselves first individually, like there would be so much less issues from a health standpoint. But everyone is so busy making sure everyone else is okay, and we're completely forgetting about ourselves. So it's okay to sleep in. It's okay to have a good day. It's okay to have a not so good day. It's okay to feel stress and anxiety. It's okay to feel upset. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to feel all those things, but don't let yourself get dragged and sucked into this like, oh my God, I'm such a horrible person. I'm not a good trainer anymore because I slept in a little. Like, totally fine. There's a reason why all of this is happening. So we all need to be kind with ourselves, and just as much as we want to show empathy and compassion towards other people, it has to start with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And the more and more we do that, the less stress and anxiety we're going to experience.
Absolutely. Simon is saying, good life retreat 2021.
I'm ready. I'm always
Let's go.
ready.
Plan it.
Yes.